and talk about all the news of the week. Ricky didn't write much news this week, so we got to make it up. We got to talk. Hey, I got the ice cream story. I call that.
There was something else, wasn't there? Like, I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, that's a thing. Oh,
there's the Grand Floridian news for like DVC. That was like a thing.
Return to building into villas, and we have and well, kind of ancillary. Amazon Prime now is going away. They're going to roll the actual app.
There's that ice cream shop at the boardwalk.
That's what I'm talking about. That's the biggest news of the year. Yes.
Influenced by Beaches and Cream, which was always the better ice cream place, in my opinion.
But they don't. Well, they're both really, really good. I didn't thought Campo Hills because
I know you did. I know you did.
But they don't have a No Way Jose, though, do they, on the menu?
I don't think so.
Well, how you going to have Beaches and Cream and not a No Way Jose?
There was like a strawberry, like shortcake kind of thing, and some other stuff.
Type this up and we'll get going. Open line. Come on over. Join in.
You're going to love where we ended up, where I'm going to be meeting the AVP of my department.
What's that?
Twosome. I'm gonna have to leave property, man, and go to. I know. I've been to Twosome, and there was like a chocolate beer that I really enjoyed over there, so I don't mind it.
That's a good place though to go and like show off like cool stuff. Like it looks fun.
Yeah, but I kept trying to push her to Disney Springs. She's like, "Well, what about City Walk? Do you like that place?" I'm like, "What am I supposed to say?"
No. Okay, here we go. Let's see. This button. Yeah, those peacocks are crazy, man. I am not kidding. There's a totally white peacock. I've never seen a totally white peacock in a zoo. So I kept the back door open. Like, I mean, the glass is closed, but the blinds are open and everything. So if I hear a pecking, I'm going to know because it's right behind me. It's nuts. All right, let's do I got to pull up this. Too many windows. Get the recording software going. This will actually be our 2000th published show.
Oh man, that's pretty sweet.
Isn't that crazy? I know, because we're at 1997 right now. The one that comes out tonight will be 1998. The question will be 1999. This will be 2000.
Okay, totally gonna get a 2000 episode button because I'll be down there. Like Thursday night is the night I go down.
Yes, yeah, totally get one.
And I went down the same night the 1000th episode dropped. How weird is that?
That is crazy. Well, we probably shows quite a bit. No, yeah, get that made and then send me a picture because I want to put that on Instagram that night. Yeah. That'd be fun. Okay, Blue's gonna lose again. Whatever.
Well, I won't get to the resort till 1 a.m., so it'd be more like Friday. But
close enough. All right, let us get the show rolling, as they say in the Tiki room. Oh wait, is that open? Yeah. Too much stuff. Okay, here we go. Well, hey, everybody. Happy Sunday night and welcome to the BOGP Open Line. We are recording live on Facebook and YouTube here on Sunday night, May 23rd, 2021, for posterity's sake, in case you're listening 10 years down the line. But maybe you're just listening on Thursday here on the feed. Thank you so much for downloading or streaming the show. And for those tuned in live here on Sunday night, hope you had a great weekend. We've had a crazy one here in St. Louis. I got to say this because it's the weirdest thing, right? Okay, so I'm a man of my routines. Sunday night, live show, 6 o'clock here in the Central Time Zone. Scotty G's up in the Eastern Time Zone up in Michigan, 7 o'clock. So I kind of build my day around, okay, I got to get things done by 6 so I can be ready to roll for the show. So, I get my catch up on my emails, work with my clients, sneak in a little Taco Bell for dinner so I'm not, starving by 7:30 when I get everything edited and all that. Anyway, I get my Taco Bell, get back. It's like 5:15. Everything's perfectly timed. My wife, who's out planting some flowers she got in the front yard, runs in like the house is on fire through the garage, into the kitchen. Grab your phone and run out here real fast. You got to see this. I'm like, oh no, something bad is happening. So anyway, I grabbed my phone, a mid-bite of this burrito, and it was a really good chili cheese burrito, by the way. Shout out to the chef. But here's the thing. We run outside, and now there's been bear sightings around kind of the area where we live because we have black bears in Missouri. There's been a bear like in the neighboring city. I mean, it's like 15 miles away, but I guess bears can go pretty fast. Anyway, I was expecting to see a bear. I was kind of disappointed. Get out there. 2 peacocks in our cul-de-sac. I mean, one's an albino peacock. It's totally white. The other one's blue, all beautiful, just hanging out. And so the whole neighborhood's out looking at these peacocks. Like, what's the deal with peacocks? Like they had to have been pets because they're a pair. So all the excitement, got to post it on Instagram, do all that, send it to Mallory's at a soccer game with a friend. Paige is at Lake of the Ozarks. Got to send it to her. Get down here, setting up for tonight's show. Somebody's knocking on the back door. I'm like, are you kidding me? Because the back door is 10 feet behind me, behind Spaceship Earth here, the backdrop. And I'm the only one home. So I thought my wife got home. She locked herself out. She's planting flowers in the backyard now or something. Nope. The peacocks have now made it to my back patio because we have hostas. They're in the hostas with a cat. It was crazy. Just check my Instagram. I'm not lying. 10 minutes ago, they're beating down my back door. So if all of a sudden there's like a bear and some peacocks in the studio with me, we're just going to roll with it. We're going to podcast. I'll get their opinions on Animal Kingdom and we'll roll. So that's how we're going to do it. So joining us after that fun story, we have hashtag Scotty G up in the mitten. Scott, any crazy animal sightings in your neck of the woods?
No peacocks today. I do see some deer from time to time on my morning walks and runs, but not the peacocks. That's fun. Like, I would have just been worried, like with Pam running in the house like that, screaming, like who knows what it could have been, right?
Seriously, I know that's what I thought, right? I mean, I had my phone there because I was scrolling through Twitter as I was eating my Taco Bell. But I mean, when she says grab your phone to video something, I'm like, this is gonna be good. Let's go.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty epic. Some peacocks.
Yeah, I saw a big turtle this morning on the path when I was running. Did see some deer. You're right. I mean, it's like nature around here. It's crazy. Big snake. I mean, this is all in the last 12 hours. So I think I should stay inside for the rest of the day. Anyhow, so I got to ask you this because we're going to be getting into craziest stuff that folks have done at Walt Disney World. We'll be taking your calls here in about 10 minutes. We're going to go over a couple of news stories here in just a second. But I got to ask because we are hitting the links here in less than 60 days, right about 60 days from now. So how's the game progressing? Are you little Phil Mickelson? I know that as we're recording, he's trying to wrap up the championship.
He actually just finished. Phil Mickelson is the oldest player to win a major championship, which is pretty darn cool at the time of this recording. I've been taking some lessons, as you know. I had a lesson this last week and I hit the links this weekend. And I will say, like, it's actually starting to come along pretty nicely. Things are starting to tune up a little bit better. The problem is I just can't chip. So I need to have like a short game lesson. And then I feel like I'm going to be close. Like, I'll still get like a string of like some bogeys and pars, but then I'll just blow up Mike and get like a 10 on a hole, like because of my chipping. It's pretty bad. But I can't wait to be out there, man. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
The chipping you can actually do in your backyard, right? I mean, that's better than like driving, I guess, because you really got to go, buy a bucket of balls and go to Topgolf or something. So yeah, I'm excited though to get down there and play some golf, because I've never seen the Palmer, the Magnolia, other than like driving. Actually, the way I've seen them is run Disney races, right? You just see those things forever.
Absolutely. And we played LBV together, so I'm excited to try a new course. I will say, like, man, we are going to be exhausted that day because, like, I just played this weekend and it was like a 5-hour round in the heat, I'm like, and I kept thinking like we're gonna have to play like at a faster pace or something, because like we're gonna be exhausted by the end of it.
It'll be fun. But, so I was talking to somebody, one of my guests at the Magic for Less this past week, and it was like Disney exhaustion is like a good thing. At the time you're just dog tired, but I mean you get back and you're like, God, that was the best.
So looking forward to it.
All right, so let's hit some of the news stories of the week. Ricky is down at Walt Disney World right now, so if we don't get a lot of calls, I might just have to call her. I think she's at Epcot right now. I'll have to look on Find My Friend.
I know she was at the Animal Kingdom earlier today, unless if she parked. Oh yeah, because she did. She tried out that new place, right?
Yeah,
the new gelato.
Yeah, the gelatos, and give me ice cream. But she was checking out the gelatos. But that's my news story of the week. We're going to just go with some of our news stories because Ricky didn't have a lot on the Mouse for Less this week. The news story that just made me happy. Now, it's not Ample Hills. However, they are now serving ice cream out of the Ample Hills slot on the boardwalk. So beggars can't be choosers, and I will go to this place. Now, Scott and I were talking about this before we started recording the show. This is called, I think it's just something pretty generic, like the boardwalk
ice cream, maybe. Like I can't remember, but
it wasn't real fancy.
It's pretty simple. I feel like they just put it together like in 2 days.
I think so. Like some interns, like, why don't we just like go get some ice cream and just sell it there? It says it on each side of the door anyway. We didn't paint over it. Like, let's just make a sign and let's roll. So I don't know how that worked, but all of a sudden, like, we hadn't heard anything, and it wasn't just like there's an ice cream place coming. It's opening today. We found out like the day the announcement came out, it opened that afternoon. So they're serving up. It said beach Beaches and Cream inspired ice cream. So I was excited about that. But I mean, when I first heard that, I was thinking it's got to be the No Way Jose, right? Or some kind of a variation on the No Way Jose, maybe a smaller No Way Jose, a Jose Mini, something like that. But no, but they, they have kind of the traditional stuff like strawberry shortcake sundaes and, looks like a little hot fudge sundaes. I mean, nothing super fancy, but I mean, when you're on the boardwalk, to me, like I got to have a little ice cream in my hand in July, walk the boardwalk, and just that life is good after a night at Epcot coming back through there. I don't know, because it hit us all by surprise. What did you think?
Yeah. So correct me if I'm wrong here, Mike, but like the window is closed at Beaches and Cream, right? Yeah. Like the walk-up window. I think that's what this is. It's supposed to be like the expanding of the walk-up window. Maybe that's why they're saying like influenced by Beaches and Cream. Maybe, I don't know, but you're absolutely right. Like the ice cream in the boardwalk area is actually quite awesome because we like the fountain as well, as you know. Like we like to go there to get a burger and ice cream from time to time, right at the Swan and Dolphin. So the more ice cream, the better, especially in the summertime. I believe the boardwalk is starting to open up to more guests, right? So I think the timing is just perfect for that. So big thumbs up for this one.
Yes, more ice cream, the better. I mean, yeah, and that makes total sense though, because see, I was really fired up about Beaches and Cream closing that walk up to go window. Like I'm thinking, I think we talked about this on one of the shows not too long ago. Like, what are you doing? Like everybody wants to just grab an ice cream and go when you're at the beach club or yacht club or anywhere in the Crescent Lake area. But this was the long game. Maybe they're like, yeah, we're going to close that window. We know what we're doing here in 6 months.
I think that might have been part of it.
They need to tell us those things.
So you don't have panic attacks. Right?
Exactly. If you're going to close the window, tell us there's going to be a whole store. Just hang with us. We're going to get there. All right, next story. This one, DVC, and you're a DVC member, so drop some of that on us that we found out.
Yeah, so not to go too deep into the DVC canon, but I do love my DVC, and there is a news story this week about one of the buildings at the Grand Floridian converting over to DVC. And what I was thinking about this, Mike, is like with Ricky right now, like she got upgraded to the Grand Floridian, right? Like she was at Coronado and got upgraded there, so maybe they're just not selling enough rooms at the Grand Floridian right now. So maybe it's a good opportunity, because DVC members are running out of availability right now to find rooms. And the Grand Floridian as a whole doesn't have a whole lot of studio options. So this is really going to open up their studio rooms at the Grand Floridian, and I'm super excited for it. The more opportunities, the more availability as a DVC owner, I'm all for. I just need more points. Or I just need to call you up and get more stays on the books.
Best thing is DVC members who don't have enough points. If you're a travel agent, just saying. Yeah. And DVC members never have enough points for the most part.
Never do.
The big time Disney fans, if you're listening today.
Yeah. So I'm excited about it. I like it.
It does make sense. I mean, the thing is though, with all these upgrades to the Grand, I understand that. Maybe I don't. I mean, I don't understand why the Grand is booking at such a low level. I know it is an expensive resort, but what I've been hearing, because I listen to it, I'm a huge podcast fan in general. I listen to travel podcasts, not just Disney ones, but just kind of industry ones, things like that. And what I'm hearing is that over the past 18 months, people couldn't travel. So a lot of people have kind of saved up because they had their budget for their vacation in 2020, didn't use it. Some people did, put it into like a home theater, added on to the house because they were going to be spending more time there. I get that. But I've also heard that some people, are looking at more extravagant vacations coming out of this because, time lost. Let's go big or go home this time around. And the Grand seems like an opportunity for that. I just don't know. I mean, maybe people aren't staying there because of the Polynesian situation right now. You don't get the full monorail experience. I don't know. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think through why right now the Grand is kind of in a downswing.
I don't know why it's in a downswing, but I think the timing of and I don't know, like, seems like this is going to be a while probably till they convert them, right? They're going to have to do some type of conversion to make them more like DVC-ish. But like the availability is just tough right now for DVC, and with the pandemic, there's a lot of borrowing, or not borrowing, a lot of banking that's been happening over the last 18 months. So we're running into a situation where you have all these points saved up and there's nowhere to book. So I think this is going to help with DVC members to like be a little more spread out and find more availability. So I'm excited about it.
Yeah, that makes sense because you probably do have a ton of DVC members sitting on a ton of points right now.
Yeah. And there's like a borrowing issue right now. So I always borrow because I go down so much. So right now you could always borrow up to like a year's worth 1 year ahead. But right now, due to like the pandemic and all these issues, you can only borrow up to half of a year so that there can be more availability for others. So I'm already maxed out. Like our Saratoga stay this summer, I had to borrow, and I can only borrow up to half, which is why it's a split stay with the Coronado.
It's like mom and dad. We can give you a little. We can't give you what we normally give you, but we can help you out just a little bit here. We're gonna give you half what you normally get. So. Yeah. Okay. One other story, kind of tangentially on the Disney front. I've talked about this on the podcast many times. I use Amazon Prime Now a lot when I'm down at Walt Disney World. Now, it's not the full array of what you can order from Amazon, but you can get things like cases of water, sodas, Cheez-Its, Rice Krispie treats, goldfish. You know what? If you ever come to rob my room during a vacation, that's what you're gonna get. You're gonna get cases of Coke Zero, goldfish, Cheez-Its. But that's
those Rice Krispie treats, man. You have those all over the place.
Dude, they're the best because you can just grab one if you're heading down to the, they're low, like 90 calories. They're not bad. Just grab one. You're heading to the bus in the morning. It's a little sweet, little snack. Good at night too. But yeah, we get those and everything. And so we used Amazon Prime Now. So you get 2-hour delivery, bam, right? Because we don't have this in St. Louis. So it's fun for me on vacation. Well, Amazon this past week announced that they're going to end the Amazon Prime Now app, but they're going to roll the 2-hour delivery option into the Amazon whole app. So I don't think it's going away, but the app for Amazon Prime Now will be going away soon. So it just heads up.
Yeah, it seems like it's going to be the same kind of service, right? To me, like you just had to start the order from somewhere different. So
yeah, let's hope. I love that. So anything else in the news that you can recall from last week?
Those were the I totally forgot about the Amazon one, but yeah, the Boardwalk ice cream and the DVC were the big ones for me. There's probably something we were missing. So if anyone wants to call in and like tell Mike and I what we missed, please do.
Yes, please let us know. We talked about the masks last week. Things are kind of progressing with that. I mean, it looks like everything's doing well. Ricky's down there. She'll give us some info on that. But you can give us a call, 474-139-9395, 474-139-9395. So we got a question in here from Nick real quick as we're waiting for our first call about if we think the Disney dining plan will come back. And so I think a couple of people are asking that in the live chat. So we can address that real quick. The thing that I'm excited about is, first of all, to get the Disney dining plan back, we got to get all the restaurants open, especially table service, but quick service as well. For that, if you've been watching any kind of news anywhere in the country, we're having all kinds of staffing issues in our country. I mean, just in our neck of the woods, we see restaurants that don't have enough servers, and they're having to, pay more, which is good, because they need to earn a living. Everybody needs to earn a living. But right now it's just hard to get people to fill these roles. However, you probably saw this, Scott, Disney College program starting back up. Now that is a good sign because that's been, I mean, like it or not, that's how Disney fills a lot of these positions.
Yeah, totally agree. I think we just got to get the restaurants open, get the staff back. And you're absolutely right. I've seen it all over the place. Like the local, like big popular theme park in Ohio, the Cedar Point, which I've talked about before, like they had this huge staff issue where they're actually like closing days off the calendar where people already booked.
Instagram. I was telling Pam about that. Like it was in June, and they said we won't even be open every day in June because we can't staff our park.
Yeah, it's crazy. And then they're like threw out this message like the starting wages will be $20 an hour for summer positions. Like, dang, I would have been offered that like back in the day, like when I was a college student. So, but that's just one little piece of it. I feel like you're seeing it all over. But for the dining plan to come back, you got to have full table service and counter service restaurants open. They just have to increase that capacity too, so like that's the hang up to me because I think those are big packages, right, Mike, from your side? Like people are always wanting the dining plan
because it's like that whole, it kind of makes it like a cruise vacation. Like you got a majority except for like souvenirs, little odds and ends that you're paying for during the vacation. I mean, I always got the Disney dining plan, and the thing was I'm a tightwad, right? And so when I'm not on the dining plan, I do look at prices and I order things differently. Now, but like the first time I had the dining plan, of course, I'm trying to order the most expensive thing every time, right? But I kind of learned that maybe the most expensive thing isn't the thing I like to eat the most. So what I've done on the plan is that I'll just, not look at the prices. It's like a cruise, right? I'll just look at what's on the menu, what can I get, and I'll order it. And it is more relaxing because you're not doing that mental calculation in your head. Like, okay, there was $200. Okay, there was 120. It's more chill for somebody like me. And I think a lot of guests like that option.
So we did the deluxe dining plan, like our first 2 trips where you get like the 3 table services and like 3 snacks or whatever. Like, oh my gosh, I think I told this before, like on the podcast. We were spending 7 hours a day just like eating. Like we spent more time in restaurants than we did in the theme parks.
That's nuts.
and we still came back.
That's great. I know that's good nuts. Oh my gosh, I just had one more thing I wanted to bring up and I totally forgot what it was. Okay, anyway, but 407-413-9395, 407-413-9395. But here's what it was. And question about when to get the dining plan back. I would say probably towards the end of the year, hopefully, but I would say probably not before the summer is over. Here's the other news item that I've been getting from a lot of my guests over in the UK. The UK has dropped a discount for UK residents only. It is a food credit. It is where you get food credits. It's not a free dining, but it's like a gift card. It's like a preloaded gift card that's for dining. It's a weird promotion, but it doesn't start until January of 2022, which that leads me to believe that Disney would not put out an offer like this unless they expect that January 1st, all the restaurants are open, right? I mean, is that kind of how you would read something like that?
Yeah, that's exactly how I'd read that. So that's a step in the right direction. So that's pretty awesome.
Yeah. And I mean, it's pretty sweet.
For the dining.
Yeah. Come on.
Yep. So I know the topic today is craziest things we've done, right?
Right.
In the world. And I was thinking not to go down the Run Disney path, but some items you and I didn't talk about were like crazy things we've done with Run Disney, right? Like dressing up as Buzz, Woody, and Jesse with Paige. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm not one to dress in costume very often, I guess. So those are always kind of fun. But thinking about Run Disney, though, like, I feel like we would need to know by now if Marathon's happening in 2022, and I don't think it is.
I still think it has a chance, but I mean, I would give it about, if I had to give odds, I'd say we're at about 40-60 that it happens. And that's as optimistic as I've been in a long time, just because Chicago's running. I mean, New York City's running their marathon with 33,000 runners. I mean, and that's in November. I mean, the thing is, does Disney want to do it? Like, this is one of those things. If they had like just a strong desire to do it, yeah, they could do it. But if they're just kind of like on the fence, they could push it. You know,
it depends on the capacity. Like, are rooms full like around that time? Because maybe they don't need to, because I feel like Run Disney brought a lot of like heads in beds, right? You know, like filled up the rooms, but the rooms are full because of the 50th anniversary. Maybe they don't need to bring it back so early.
That's a good point. I mean, it is pretty full for that week. I'll tell you what's worse is that week of the Wine and Dine Half Marathon. There is nothing to be had right now for that weekend of like the 7th or so of November. Because I've had a lot of guests asking, because again, it's that perfect storm weekend. I think it's Jersey week. I think it's Veterans Day. All kinds of stuff. But yeah, that week's really tight. Yeah, that's a good point though. If they don't have capacity to put 20,000 more people in beds, they're probably like, oh, what's the point?
Yeah, because I don't know how much Run Disney actually makes, right, for the company. I'm sure they make. I mean, the cost is quite a bit, right? Like,
you just get like $700 for some shirts and medals. You get
I know.
We'll just do virtual races for the rest of our lives. It's easier.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, well, let's get to the calls here. We got some coming in. We get talking and it happens.
Some shirts and medals.
Oh, hey, I hear me. Hey, who's on the line? Who's joining us tonight?
Hey guys, it's Marlessa.
What's going on?
Hey. Happy Sunday.
Lots to talk about. Definitely have marathon weekend on my brain as well. I know you guys are just talking about that. I think 40-60 is where I'm at too, Mike. I think I was trying to not get my hopes up for a while, and then I think I was thinking similarly to what you said, that Disney would probably want to watch what other big races are doing, and B, if the outdoor mask rules if they're starting to move in that direction now, or like right now they're optional and it's May. I mean, in a few months from now, we could kind of see how that goes. So I think there's a good chance. I think they need to make that call pretty soon. Like, I would be shocked if it's not by June, because that's like the 6 months in advance mark.
Yeah, they have to make it soon for like trip planning too. Like if rooms are already selling out for that week, that's going to be a challenge. Because I know a lot of people like to stay on site and use the transportation, right? I'm 20%. I'm normally like a really optimistic person too. So this is what feels so weird for me, but I really do feel like it's a very small chance. So I'll give it a 1 in 5 shot.
Yeah.
I mean,
do you want to put money on this or no? No, like, see, I don't feel confident enough to put money on this.
No, I don't know. This is nothing I would ever bet on, because this one, seriously, nobody knows. I mean,
it should go on Vegas' sportsbook though, like, right? In Vegas, you can bet on anything, right? So let's put Marathon Weekend on the board.
Oh yeah. Like I have my room booked for that weekend, but that's just because like I, you know, like have that like locked in. But I don't know. Like I've tried, like I've really tried to not get my hopes up this whole time because you guys both know last year I was, even when it clearly was going to be canceled, I was still holding on to hope. Like nobody, I've never held on to hope before. And then I was crushed, and I think we were all crushed, but even when it was inevitable. So I don't want to feel that again. So I'd rather be surprised if it happens than get myself set up again to think it'll happen. But I mean, like, we'll see. I think with these larger races happening, I was a little surprised to see that New York and Chicago called it that they're happening. So that's good. That's a step in the right direction for the races because we'll see. I don't think they've announced it yet, right? But for the wine and dine, but I don't think there's any way that's going to happen. I think they should have probably announced that by now, but.
So that would be the 1st of November. So what, we're at the beginning of June almost, or June, July, August.
Yeah.
I would say they would call that the first week of June, probably 6 months, right? Because that's about, we need Wade here. Wade has like all the calculations.
Yeah. Well, they did that in March last year. It was when wine and dine registration, so they're way behind there.
But I mean, the thing is, we're in a way different place than we were last March. Last March, it was like, no way. Like, I mean, the parks weren't even open, right? I mean, right now, the thing is, I mean, for us, and again, we're a small subset of Disney fans. I mean, you know, hardcore Disney fans are a small subset of everybody who goes to Disney. So we're a super, super small subset, the runners. But for us, I think the major milestone of like, we've pushed through this, things are getting back to normal, is going to be that first race weekend that is still going on. Not when we get there, but when they announce, okay, we're going to sign up Marathon 2022, or we're going to sign up Princess 2022, or whatever the Star Wars race becomes. Because we're going to, I mean, for me, like I'm running Chicago, which I'm super excited about because I've never run a marathon a full marathon outside of Walt Disney World. And, you know, I'm still in the back of my head as I'm kind of working my way back to, because it's weird. I'm used to training for like January. I'm excited. It's going to be hot training for this one, but at least I won't like get frostbite like I do for January, because those last runs in December stink here. But the thing is, I still in my head am telling myself it may not happen. I got to train like it will, but I'm still like, I'm gun shy. And I think that's how we all are right now with the races. Yeah. But if they happen, it's going to be an amazing experience.
For sure. So Marlessa, what's something crazy you've done? Like, what's one of the craziest things you've done at Walt Disney World?
I want to hear this stuff. That's why I'm here tonight.
Okay. I've been struggling to think about one, to be honest, because I like even when you were asking in the Discord group, like, I don't know, like there's like a Muppet Show meme where like Kermit is like making a joke of how like the speed limit is 5 miles per hour and he's going to be a rebel and go like 7 miles per hour. So like, that's like my idea of crazy. Like I'm not, but
well, it doesn't mean like that, like something like out of the normal though, you know, like what's something like bizarre, I guess. See, that's where my mind went. Like, even though like I knew it was more bizarre, I was still like, well, gotta get my, I'm totally not a rebel joke in there. But, I don't know, like, I don't know if it's like bizarre per se, but I think like, because unfortunately I haven't had an in-person Run Disney race experience yet. I feel like those, like from everything I hear from my lizard friends, like those are chock full of crazy moments. So I'm sure I'll have much more after hopefully 2022, one of the race weekends happen. But I think just like the moments that stand out as being kind of, I don't know. Again, like, I don't know how bizarre this is, but just the days where it's like I've done like certain intense rides like 5 times or 6 times, and to me it just, in retrospect, it's like, how did I do this ride so many times?
You're crazy.
Even on a very busy day. Like I've done like I know that's not that crazy. Like I know you guys are judging me.
I'm just kidding you. I know. I'm just that's what we do. We're all friends here. That's it.
I know. Like I wish I had like even like months ago when you had the show of like a celebrity you've met at Disney. I was like, well, because of my job, I've met like lots of celebrities other places, just not at Disney. Right. So I didn't have a good story for that either. So there are certain things I don't have good stories for, but yeah, I'm sure also as soon as I'm done with this call, I'll be like texting Scott, like, wait, I remember this one. But
well, I never finished the Run Disney one. So we dressed up as Mike was Buzz, I was Woody, and Paige was Jesse. So we ran the race together, got all these great photos, lots of attention. And I think we were saying that like beach or yacht club that trip. For some reason though, Mike wanted to not wait for a bus. I don't know, for some reason we were walking through the Swan and Dolphin. So we walk into the Swan and Dolphin with these outfits.
I forgot about this.
And we turn this corner, all right? And there's this huge hallway with like, I don't know, like 100 people in suits.
Yeah, it was
and
like
here we are. We're
like serious like business convention.
Yeah. And we just walked right through the middle of their convention with these like Toy Story costumes on, and the looks we got were just unbelievable. That was just so funny.
On the commercials, they look more like the real thing, like in the movie. Like these are some terrible characters.
Yeah, this is like Times Square, like Disney characters.
That's amazing. I would totally do that. So like I mean, I have an upcoming crazy story. I mean, Scott and I are still planning on recreating that crazy Splash Mountain commercial. So that'll be a crazy story once we do that. And I'm sure people will stare at us and be like, "What are they doing?" So
I hope people join us. I hope people join in. Like if I was walking by and I saw someone recreating the Splash Mountain rap, I would just jump in.
Yeah, right. I mean, you just got to have a backup posse. Totally.
Yeah,
right. Marlessa,
there'll definitely be people.
Go ahead.
Oh. Yeah, I was gonna say there's definitely gonna be people. There's gonna be like that mix of people who are like the deep cut Disney fans that recognize it immediately, and the people that are like, "Whoa, are they like making up this dance? Like, what's going on?" It's gonna be such a mix of like the true Disney fans, and like it's gonna separate the true Disney fans from the newbies and all that.
I didn't even know that existed, so I feel like a failure. So until Scott showed it to me or somebody posted it somewhere, I saw it, but I didn't. I
think I shared it to you, and it's the most epic commercial of all time. It is,
but I had no idea that existed. It was so bad. It was so good, actually. All right, Melissa, we're gonna get some other folks in here, but hey, take care, and hopefully we'll see you in January. Let's cross our fingers. Let's keep thinking good thoughts.
Yes, hope to see you guys soon. I know I'll see Scott at 50th. Hope you're down there too, Mike, but not see you in January, hopefully. All right, awesome.
All right, we'll talk to you later.
All right.
See you later. Okay, bye-bye.
Have a good one, Marlissa.
So, and Rhonda and Jody are kind of going back and forth talking about that. You know, if they cancel January, a lot of folks are going to cancel the rooms.
I agree with that.
They got to watch that. But, I mean, it's a capacity thing. Disney's got a pretty good idea of what it would look like. I'm sure they can run the scenarios pretty good with the data, so we'll see. But yeah, excited. Hopefully it'll happen. Yeah, who knows? I'm just gonna be surprised if it does. I'll be excited. And God, I just can't. The only thing is, though, I've had nightmares about this registration for Marathon Weekend when it is open for 22. If it does, you may as well try to win the lottery. It's gonna be crazy. All right, Alfred's on the line. Alfred, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, Mike. Hey, Scotty G. How are you guys doing tonight?
Doing good.
We're hanging in there. Like it was 86 earlier today, and we just had some rain, and now it's 56. It cooled down by 30 degrees.
That's crazy. That's a fast drop. That's nuts. So what's going on?
It's still about 80 here. It's nuts tonight.
Oh my gosh.
Well, I haven't been on the past few weeks. Just a lot of things happening. And in 2 weeks, I'm going in for surgery.
Hope you're going to be all right.
Good luck.
I'm 2 weeks out from mine.
I decided to do weight loss surgery.
Oh, well, just take it easy because I know some friends that have gone through that and it's been successful, but I know it's the thing I noticed, I had a couple of teachers that I worked with, just take it slow coming out of it. I know that people like me that are idiots that just think they can, hey, we're done. Let's go. So take it easy. Just give us a call every Sunday night.
Actually, I was told that they want you to walk a lot.
Yeah. I'm talking like
right away.
But see, I'm an idiot. Like I would consider that like, okay, that means I got to go run 7, something like that. So yeah, no.
Well, not everyone is like you, Michael.
I know. I'm an idiot. I'm telling you.
You got to keep moving.
Exactly. Yeah. Yes. And we'll be rooting on you, so we'll be here. Yeah. Just take it easy, but that's good.
Yep. Yep. I'm excited. By the time I am hit Disney World in late September, I should be hopefully at my goal weight.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. So I thought I would announce that here.
We're rooting for you. Definitely.
Thanks.
Okay, so I want to ask you because you've been down. Now, Marlessa, she rode a ride like 4 or 5 times in a row, which I love her. That's so funny, but
no, that doesn't. I'm going to call her out right now, Mike. That doesn't qualify.
Yeah, well, you know what though? I'm old. If I had to ride Everest 4 or 5 times in a row, I'd be puking my guts out. Like I couldn't even do something like that anymore. That is crazy to me at this point in my life. So it would make me sick.
Yeah.
Okay, what about you? What's something crazy you did?
The very first time I rented a scooter. I guess that was 2019.
Mm-hmm.
I went into Epcot. I went to the ticket booth because I had to get my annual pass. And I'm doing fine, driving fine, you know. I get to the window, right before the window, and they called me up, and I hit the reverse instead of forward.
Oh my God, I've seen these commercials. any story that starts with "I was on a scooter for the first time at Epcot," I'm like, oh, right now I'm just holding on. I'm like, oh, please tell me he didn't run over a kid, or he didn't like break somebody's third toe.
Right back.
Oh my! So did it beep up and everything when you hit the gas or whatever? Beep beep, and you ran somebody over. What happened?
Yeah. Well, I basically hit the pole in the ground. And I just missed the person standing to be next in line.
I laughed.
Yeah, actually, I say you dodged that one pretty good.
I was hysterical.
Oh my gosh. Here's the thing though. Like I see people driving those things at the, in the parks, like going down Main Street USA or at the studios. And the thing is, I know that you would, for one, you should not let me do that. I mean, like I am not good at stuff like that. And I mean, some of these people are really good at it, but the thing is, like you mentioned, I think for a lot of people at Walt Disney World, that's probably the first time they've ever driven one of those, and they're driving with people all around them constantly. It's got to be just nerve wracking.
Yep. Yep.
No thanks.
The first time I was on a scooter was when I was at Disneyland. And the reason being was, I went on, this is a good story too, actually. This is the craziest thing ever. I went on, what was it? Is that Walk in Walt's Footsteps, or is that Keys to the Kingdom?
Disneyland is Walk in Walt's Footsteps.
Yes. So I was on that tour, and this was August of 19. I was at Expo, so I did that tour, and they take you on certain rides. Okay, we got to Alice in Wonderland. I got in, no problem, rode the ride. It came down to exit, and when I went to exit, I fell flat on my face.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Then I got up. They asked me if I was okay. I said, yeah, I'm fine. I said, just another day at Disneyland.
Nothing in all day fast pass wouldn't fix.
Yeah. Right.
Well, no, wait. I didn't think of that.
Oh no, that's what you gotta say, man. I'm just like, be ready.
Yeah. So then we're taking a break, and I decided to go to the restroom. And on my way there, I fell again.
No.
Yes. Twice in about 10 minutes. So someone from Disney came over. They saw I was on the tour. They went to the tour guide. They came back to me and said, we're putting you in a scooter. There was no talk about it. That's it. If you want to be in the tour, you're on this scooter. So that was my first time.
I'm guessing that restroom didn't get a good SG rating because of that.
Probably not. I'm guessing. It happens. One time I got my foot hung up on the TTA getting up. Like on those where the belt moves when you get off, like the not Pirates, but like Haunted Mansion. Does it move at Haunted Mansion when you get off? Yeah, it does, doesn't it? No, I'm trying to think.
When you get off the dune buggy, yes,
it's moving. Yeah, but the TTA one time, I think I had like a loop in my, just you tie your shoe and you got the loops, right? I think my loop got caught in the little, mini half door, and like I was like, ouch, things. I'm like, oh my god, it felt so stupid, right? I'm like playing it off like a dumb TTA.
I told you, I think about this one. I was going on Haunted Mansion, and I fell going into the dune buggy.
Oh my gosh.
So like you fell into the bucket, into the dune buggy, and hopefully you got yourself fixed. Dark. Well, yeah, but I hope you got yourself like all like, back in the proper, directions before the bar came down. That's what I'm worried about. The bar would then knock you out when you got, down there.
They stopped the walkway.
I was gonna say good. It'd be like they just insult to injury.
And then they called 2 people over to help get me up.
Yeah, they're looking for you, I think.
Yeah. So those are the craziest things I've ever done.
That's not bad. I mean, at least nobody say anything illegal. We have, well, I mean, you survived it all, right? And you got the stories.
And you can share the funny story. Because it's funny looking back at it now because you survived.
Right.
Oh,
I mean, because I was, just for the record, and you know how you get your superlatives in high school, your senior year, I was the clumsiest kid in the class out of the whole 600 kids. Mm-hmm. And I was a pitcher for the baseball team, but I during senior year, I had a grand slam. I would have had one. Mm-hmm. But I burned out going around second base because it was like a gapper and there was no way they were going to get me. But I got so excited because I couldn't, and I still am not super fast, but I was super slow in high school and I hated running. So I hit this bomb between right center. I knew I had a grand slam. Wow. I was going around second base, living my best life. Tripped over the bag, ended up like out in short left field because I was rolling.
Oh no!
Almost got thrown out of third.
Oh my god!
Yeah, that was the game. Everybody was there, so that kind of sealed.
Of course,
no, I'm with you. We're like fellow fallers here. Yeah.
I almost hit a homer once, Mike, but it ended up being a double because like I just started trotting the bases. Like I knew it was gone, and then nope, it stayed in.
That wind cut that thing down.
Oh my god!
Well, hey, that's awesome. But
tell me, when is this commercial happening?
Commercial? What commercial? The one for Pam?
Splash Mountain.
Oh, the Splash. Scott showed it. I don't know when we're making it. I don't know
when we're making it. That's kind of like in Marlessa's court, but yeah, we're going to try to recreate
that. Is that October 1st?
That might be a tough day to do it. It might be.
You might not even be like, I have room to dance.
Yeah. You need a little room on that, I would say.
Yeah, but that's still the best day to do it. All the people who join in.
Yeah, you got your hardcore Disney fans. You might have a whole posse. You're right. That might be the best day. That's a good point.
Yep, because I've seen that commercial or the music video, whatever you want to call it.
I never saw it until Scott showed it to me. And that's classic. We'll have to put it on
classic.
Yeah, I mean, it's so bad it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have like the final details on it. It's just something like Marlessa and I keep like kind of kicking back and forth. Like, oh yeah, we got to recreate this. It'd be hilarious. So we'll have to get some neon color, like some retro BOGP shirts, right, Mike?
That's true. We'll figure something out. We'll definitely wear some neon colors. I have some old.
Like, and then you guys can get me on Splash Mountain.
There you go. What? Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready. Oh man,
because that's still not happening.
It will. It'll happen. I got on an airplane. I used to never fly. Yeah, we were talking about it, and Pam's like, "We bought a ticket for somebody." I'm like, "No, we didn't buy a plane ticket for somebody because that was back when I didn't fly. I didn't even buy." Is that me or you?
That was you.
That was me. What? Okay, I don't know where that's. I don't have no idea. Oh, maybe it's coming from my MacBook. Maybe it is. Anyway.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, thanks for the call, Alfred. That was great.
Yep. And we'll talk to you next Sunday night. So don't be a stranger.
Sounds good.
All right. See you, buddy. All right.
Yeah. Okay. Bye.
I just want to clarify because I saw the chat was blowing up. Like I was just teasing Marlessa about that was her craziest thing.
No, totally.
It just started like blowing up after that. Like
that's what I do. I mean, you got to understand that's my thing. Like if I don't make funny or like say stuff like that, it's because if I say it, it's because I like you. So
exactly.
What was I gonna say? I totally just forgot. Well, we have our next call. So let's get. Well, hang on. Nope. Hang on. There was something in here. Oh, somebody mentioned in the Discord. And I want to throw this out there because they were talking about crazy things that you could do at Walt Disney. What kind of stuff that was weird, in the past. One of those things was you could swim with sharks at Typhoon Lagoon.
Oh, yeah.
Like the ice skating at Hollywood Studios. So how many of you out there today that are listening on the feed or listening here live on Sunday night swam with the sharks at Typhoon Lagoon? Because we did this on one of our very first trips because we had the Ultimate Park Hopper ticket, so you could do whatever you wanted. Went to Typhoon Lagoon, like, oh, you can swim with sharks. Like, I'm not really a shark guy. Like, I'm from Missouri, right? There's not a lot of sharks around here. But, I think Paige wanted to do it. She was little. Pam's like, let's do it. It's fun. Where else can we do this? Dude, they put you in that water. That water was like getting in an ice bath. It was that was the worst part.
Yeah.
They put a suit on you and a snorkel, and I can't snorkel either. I can't breathe through the pipe thing. And and they say, you got to be super still. Only kick your feet like real slow and just kind of like, sneak across the top of the water and the sharks will leave you alone. Well, they put you in there. The water's freezing cold. Like, I don't know really how to breathe through a snorkel. So as soon as I got in, I was like, I was like looking like, like Michael Phelps. I just wanted to get across there and get out. And so somebody blew a whistle, and it was a whole thing. But yeah, you used to swim with sharks. So can you think of anything else crazy like that happened down there?
I don't know. Like at Typhoon, like can you still do like the surfing too? Like is that a thing? Like the surfing lessons, or did they get rid of those?
Yeah, I don't think they do that anymore. But that was a huge thing because you would see that on the in-room TV all the time, like surf at Typhoon Lagoon. Yeah, I never. But I always said I was going to. It's one of those things I always said I am going to do that someday.
Yeah, it looks fun. Like I know a lot of cruise lines kind of have stuff like that now too. Like, but
yeah. There's things that when I think about things that I'm very lucky that I got to do that are kind of as a Disney fan, you always hope that you get to do, like I got to stay in a treehouse. Like that's one of the things. And
I thought that was going to be your thing when you had like 75 people in a treehouse that one time.
How I didn't get arrested I wouldn't have got arrested. I'd have been like, but this ain't in my name. This is in Pam Forrester's name, man. Look,
it's like a house party, like a high school house party when the cops show up. Everyone just starts darting in different areas.
It was totally a high school house party is what it was, because the thing was, I want to say we did this in like 2010 or 2009 or something. The show was still super young and we still didn't think anybody listened to the podcast. Right. So we're like, Pam's like, I got a tree house. We can just invite people to come over. We'll get a cake. We'll have punch. I remember back then, again, I drove, I didn't fly. So I had the trailer. I had all this space. I'm like, okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to do this right. I'm going to bring a sound system because my dad owned a mobile DJ company. So like I bring these gigantic speakers. I bring the rack with the mixer and 4 mics, and we're on Magical Mouse Radio live at the same time. Back in the day, we had live 365. Yeah. I had to buy, like I went to Bed Bath and Beyond and bought like the tapper punch things. Like, cause I was like, oh, we're doing this right. Pam ordered a cake, like a sheet cake. We had chips, but
Jay had the s'mores.
We seriously, we're like, we'll just eat this, 4 or 5 people maybe swing by. Cause the treehouse is like, when I think back on this, here's the thing. You don't just like go past, like you just don't go to the treehouse. It's like they're out in the middle of nowhere. They're hard to get to if you're using Disney transportation. It's not easy, dude. We might have had 80 or 85 people there at one point. It was packed in that like main living room kitchen. We had Jay was downstairs on the grill making s'mores for everybody. We had the whole deck full. Yeah. And how did security, because you had to go through security to get in. There's that gate.
Sure. Like, unless if people were taking a bus over, right? Or something.
It was. I still don't know how we ever did that, and I would never do that again. But it was still one of those moments where we're like, okay, people listen to the show, but the people that were there took the time out of their vacation to swing by for a couple hours when you could be doing fun stuff at the Magic Kingdom to come over and have punch and cake with a bunch of clowns.
I just think about how loud it was too. Like if you would have had like that many people like talking, gathering and meeting like in that small like living room space, like, oh my goodness.
It was really weird though, because really this was the first time a lot of people had met each other. Cause like, I remember Michelle Camber was there, and there's so many people there. If I don't but the thing was like Messiah came in like halfway through the whole thing. And so it was like a rock star, like Messiah's here. So everybody was like, whoa, meeting Messiah was like, yeah.
That's when you dim the lights and got the disco ball going and like the techno music.
And it was so crazy. But that might be the craziest thing I ever did. That's definitely the closest I've ever been.
Sure, that was going to be like on your list from Friday's episode.
That's definitely the closest to getting arrested at Walt Disney World. But yeah, there's a lot of fun stuff that, think about this. I was thinking about, because I was trying to come up with things when I was running the other morning, running on the IndyCar track that used to be at Walt Disney World. Come 20 years from now, people are going to have no clue that parking lot,
the Richard Petty experience or whatever was there.
Go drive a stock car, it hasn't been gone that long, and I've totally forgotten that was ever there.
Yeah, I totally forgot about that until right now. And like, didn't that used to be like a pitch to get like a certain member of your family to go down, right? Like, oh, no one, my so-and-so doesn't like, Disney World, but they like racing. So let's bring them down and they could like drive a race car. Like, how cool is that?
Right. Did you ever run a race where you got out on the course? Was that one of the races?
No, they got rid of it like the year before my first marathon.
So lucky, because it was brutal. Like it had this real steep, like, I guess you were going under the grandstand or something. Like you went down, and it was crazy because it was like mile 10 or 11, like where your legs are starting to lock up, and you just saw people just, because it was like, it wasn't long, but it was super steep down and up. And so you saw people just like losing control going down, like, they're but then, cause it was me, right? I was like, dude, when I hit that bottom, I'm not going Like I'm just gonna fall. I'm gonna be like Alfred. I'm gonna be like rolling like. Like my legs, yeah, that was, I can't believe, stuff like that though. It's fun to look back and like riding in front of the monorail. I mean, these things, they seem like they never happened, yet they did probably, 5, 6, 7 years ago for a lot of them.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite experiences at Disneyland when we got the ride in the front of the monorail, like on our first visit out there. I actually have video footage of it. I filmed the whole like 8-9 minute loop, man. It was like one of the coolest moments ever for me because I never did that at World. That
was a great video.
That was long gone before I started going to the World. But it's crazy, like all these experiences that have gone away. I totally forgot about Richard Petty. That's hilarious that you just brought that up because like where else could you like? Yeah, we're gonna go to Walt Disney World. What'd you do? I drove a race car.
Yeah. For real.
Like, that must be like some kind of kiddie attraction. No, I drove an actual race car.
Yeah, I rode, like a big blue 43 stock car. Okay, let's try to call Ricky here. Let's see. I got to figure out what her number is here. Let's give it a shot here.
Oh, you want to get Ricky live into the show? All right.
See if we can surprise her. I don't know if
you've called me before from a live show.
I did. And she has no idea we're calling her, so nobody send her a text or anything. Let's see here. I don't even know if this is her phone number anymore. She probably changed it. It's a St. Louis number. Let's see. Now, if she says anything inappropriate, I'm not condoning any of this. So let's see what happens here.
That'd be a weird way to answer the phone, though.
Let's see. Oh, this is exciting. Ricky's cell phone.
Hello.
Hey, Ricky Niblet. You are live on the air in the Be Our Guest podcast Open Line. It's you, me, Ricky, and Scotty G. What's going on?
I just got in line for a test track.
Whatever.
We were just talking about fast cars.
We were. We were talking about Richard Petty driving experience. How ironic.
Oh,
yeah.
I know. Yeah. Brian did the Richard Petty driving experience, actually.
There you go.
That sounds like a Brian thing. I was wondering
totally
about that.
Brian thing. That's totally a Brian thing. Yes. That
was the example I gave. Like, how do I get like my boyfriend or my husband or significant other to Walt Disney World? Well, if they like racing, they can go drive a race car. It's probably what you did with Brian.
Yes, exactly. That's pretty much it. Yeah. It was like right before they shut down. We had him go do the Richard Petty thing. He actually really liked it. So.
Did he drive or did he just ride in the passenger seat?
No, he just rode in the passenger seat. You think I'm crazy enough to let him drive? No,
you could drive though. I think wouldn't they let you drive? I thought that was one of the things.
Yeah, you absolutely could drive. Yes, but I wasn't gonna. I paid for it, so I was like, no. It was like I think I bought it for him as a present or something like that, like for birthday or anniversary or something. So
how long do you have till you get on? Where are you?
Oh, we just got in line.
Sounds like she's outside. I heard a car go by.
I hear the car going by. I know.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah. It's about a 35-minute wait, so we'll see. Wait times have been way lower today than they're posted, so that's good.
For the record, if you have Fast Pass, you'd be on right now. Just so you know.
No, not a test track because you have to build that car and everything.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the worst Fast Pass line.
So
not a good example, Mike.
Definitely not happening.
Okay, so we have a few minutes.
Example.
Since you're not going to be with us this week as we record, I wanted to jump in here for just a couple of minutes and just get some feedback. I know you're full of gelato right now and everything and on a high, but how are things going? What have you learned?
I am definitely full of gelato right now. Yeah, so I tried the new Gelateria Toscana, which is in the Italy Pavilion, and they graciously hosted me. And so I tried just about everything that they've had. My favorite things were I forget the actual name of it, but there was an ice cream. I'm trying to talk between cars. There was an ice cream.
That's okay because real quick, Amy's in the live chat and says her son's favorite ride is Test Track, and they're getting a huge kick out of hearing the cars go by. So there you go.
That's awesome. Okay.
Right on cue.
So there was an ice cream it was like a cookies and cream gelato, and then strawberries. And it was so good. Oh my gosh. And then I really like the tiramisu that they have. Oh, it's not like overly sweet tiramisu, which is good. The cannoli is very, very good there too. I tried a strawberry rossini, I think is what it was, which is alcoholic. I drank alcohol today.
Oh, look at crazy Ricky tonight. She's going to have her story. Yes.
And you're going to Test Track. Good luck, bro.
Hands up all the way.
Exactly.
Woo!
was very, very good. Yeah, very good. And then the other thing I really like there is they have a coffee drink. It's supposed to be like an after like dinner coffee drink, I think. And it was like really, really, really strong coffee. So, and then it has whipped cream on top. So if you really like coffee, I very strongly suggest you get this. Like it's a small cup, but trust me when I say it is packed with coffee goodness. So yeah,
Ricky's had super strong coffee and alcohol. This is going to be a fun night.
In the course of like the same, like, 20, 30 minutes. Actually, I think I was there for like an hour, but yeah. So
nice. Don't put her on Spaceship Earth. She's going to be out.
Oh yeah, dude, yeah. She wouldn't even make it to the picture.
We did ride Spaceship Earth, and I did almost fall asleep. Yeah, we just actually got off Spaceship Earth. So yeah.
You need some impressions de France.
Oh, that's my jam.
Exactly. But yeah, no, we're staying in the Grand Floridian. And I realized when I was looking at, because I got upgraded, I was supposed to be at Grand Casino. And I realized that when I looked at my reservation on, my Disney Experience, it said that we were in the concierge building. And I was like, yes, concierge. Oh.
Wah, wah, wah.
No. No concierge. Dang it. But the
photos look awesome, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, like, the location is fantastic. We're, like, right around the corner from, the quick service. And, the main building and everything. So the room is really, really nice, really fantastic. I love the bed and the pillows. And,
for real.
If a pillow ends up in my suitcase.
Don't say that. Stop. You steal food all the time. So stop talking about taking the beds. The beds clothes.
She's actually going to take the bed.
Yes.
The bed.
I did look at who made the pillow, by the way, and I'm totally buying one. I found it online, so I'm absolutely buying a pillow when I get home.
So, hey, I want to ask you about this, though, because you posted a picture earlier today, and it's almost like Disney is listening to us. So you took a picture, which I'm very happy about, because I complained about the moderates and the deluxes with how the bus, like, they look nicer because they don't have the queues like Pop Century and the All-Stars and so forth. But it seems like they have kind of a temporary solution to give everybody an idea of where to go. So kind of explain that real quick.
Yeah, so they have those A-frame sandwich board type things up at the Grand Floridian, and they actually tell you like which bus line is which, and they have the please wait here, stickers on the ground. And so that's where you wait, and then you can actually tell like where the line is. And you can tell which line you're in for and see how many people are in front of you. And it's not just like everybody crowding around, one little area. Everybody has their own specific space to go. So that part was really handy. And I hope that they do that. I mean, I'm sure they've been doing it at the Grand for a while. I would assume, I don't know why they wouldn't have done it, at Grand Casino Coronado, but it's really handy, and hopefully they continue that moving forward too, because the Grand Floridian has the same problem.
Be careful. It sounds like you're standing in the middle of the road right now at this point. Like, just be careful.
I'm worried about Ricky right
I'm
now.
getting a little worried. It's getting a little close.
I am right under the actual track. Like I see the cars like whirring past me right now, so like they're actually right above my head. So
it'll break by the time you get up to get on. It'll
I
go
know.
Down. Is the weather pretty good?
It's been hot, yeah, but it's been good. It's actually supposed to be in like the upper 90s the rest of the week. So like I picked a really good time in the sense of not like super hot, but it's been great not wearing masks outside.
Right.
Oh my gosh. It's like, because, I was here a couple of weeks ago and I still had to wear the mask outside and everything. And sorry, I knew there was a car coming.
You just need to yell, ah, like one time when it comes by and we'll freak out.
Right? It was so much better, dealing with it that way. So yeah, it's been a really good trip, though. I have to say, like it's been a lot of fun.
Cool. So one last thing, I don't want to jump in on your vacation here. I didn't know where you. I didn't even look on Find My Friends to see where you were. I just cold called you.
You're fine.
Okay,
you're fine. No worries.
We're talking. Scott and I were talking about this top of the show because I have to say, The Mouse for Less news this week was a little light. We had to kind of make up the news on the fly.
Sorry,
I don't know who's in charge of that, but I'm just saying you kind of left us in a lurch there, so we had to make up the news.
My bad.
Here's the thing. How about that Boardwalk ice cream place? Out of nowhere, right? I mean, all of a sudden they're like, hey, guess what? There's going to be a Boardwalk ice cream place, and guess what? It opens this afternoon.
It did. Actually, I did send Brian over to get some pictures because my feet were hurting. And so I was like, hey, babe, you go over and get some pictures of that building so I don't have to walk all the way over there. So he did, and it looks really nice. I mean, obviously they use the same, layout as Ample Hills, so they didn't change it. But I think it's probably, that Disney ice cream that they have, everywhere else, because it is Disney owned now. But I did see they had like a kind of similar No Way Jose on the menu. It's not called the No Way Jose, but it's got all the same ingredients. So
so Mike and I were unsure. If we were smart, we would have brought up the menu before the show started.
I mean, but we were making up the news because there wasn't anything on the Mouse for Less. So
that's right. You could have texted me. I would have texted you the menu.
Just kidding. It was
yes,
online.
I would have texted you the menu. Yeah. So, but yeah, it looks really good. I would have gone over there, but I knew I was getting ice cream at the other place. So it's like probably not a good idea to get more ice cream. And then I was glad because I literally was so stuffed with ice cream and sweet treats by the time I was done. So yeah, I'm still on a sugar high right now.
Living the life, having strong coffee, alcohol, and ice cream in Epcot. Now riding test track.
I know, right?
I wish though, Ricky, that you could. I wish you could do my favorite ride after this, which is the Epcot monorail, so that you can, go back to the Grand Floridian via monorail. Like, I wish that would come back.
I do too. I miss it, especially staying at the Grand this time.
Kidding.
I was like, oh, I could take the monorail. Oh, I can't take the monorail back.
Can't.
So kind of a bummer. I got to go find a bus. But that's
that
nice.
walking path now between the Grand and the Magic Kingdom is sweet. That is a nice path.
Yeah. Brian went and ran it. Did you go run the running track, the walking path? Yeah, he went and ran, and you said it was really nice, right? Yeah, he said it was really nice.
Oh man, we're trying to get Brian on the show. That's
bonus.
Yeah.
Brian.
Hang on. Here, Brian, tell him about the walking path.
What's up, Brian?
Hey guys.
Hey, what's up, Brian? You're live. Remember? Okay, so we were talking. It's so funny because we were talking about the Richard Petty driving experience, and bam, we call Ricky, and she's like, we're test track, and everything's all hooked up here. But no, how was running the path?
It was good. I didn't run it very long. I mean, it was pretty flat, and it was hot though.
Yeah,
that doesn't make it any easier. But the problem is, it's not very long.
Right.
You got to turn around and.
Because I guess you can only go to this. I guess you can, because you can't go all the way around because you got to go through security, right? So you'd have to stop at the Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, you pretty much got to turn around where the boat launches.
Okay. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. And then I got confused at the Grand Floridian, where the path went.
Right. Same. I went to the little spa and got on the treadmill because I was all confused, where to run there. Because people are like, you can run over to the Polynesian, but I could never find the right sidewalk. So I was like, I'm just gonna get on a treadmill before I get lost. What's that? Is that?
Yeah, it's loud, high pitched noise back there.
Sounds like you're in a theme park.
Well, we should go let them have some fun.
Yeah, we're gonna cut you loose because we didn't mean to jump in on your vacation, but just want to catch some updates from Ricky. All right.
He's like, that's enough of you, right?
No, we love Brian. Dude, Brian's great for ratings. People love Brian.
Yeah.
I mean, who wouldn't love Brian? I kind of do.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, by the way, Chuck Urban in our chat says he got to meet you at the Grand Floridian.
Yeah.
He did. I got to meet Chuck and his lovely daughter in the hot tub at the Grand Floridian.
I don't know. I don't know if he actually met you though, Ricky, because he says some really nice comments. So it must have been someone that looked like you.
Ricky, because it sounds so nice. She's all this. I'm like, Niblet? You sure? Okay,
yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah, we actually FaceTimed his wife Stella because she was supposed to be there and she couldn't be. So I said, let's FaceTime her. So we did.
Shout out to
Stella. I said hi.
Yeah.
Super cool.
Yeah, exactly. So it was really nice to hang out with them in the hot tub. So
you know what's weird? That's so funny because I've met two different listeners in two different hot tubs at Walt Disney World. No kidding. Sitting in the hot tub. I'm just because I was down for that training we did in 2018, that AEP, and I was staying at Coronado and I didn't feel real hot. So I just went to the dig site pool, jumped in the hot tub, and I was like, I'm gonna chill for a little while. And like this couple's across the way, they're like, "Are you Mike?"
Yes.
Like,
Same thing.
and then you just don't know what to say.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, I want to know why you want to know if I'm Mike. I was like, yeah. That happened twice. That happened at another resort too. Happened at, I think, Riverside or somewhere. I can't remember. It was the weirdest thing. I'm just like, and because you're like in a hot tub, right? I mean, it's like you're like 5 feet away. It's crazy.
Yeah. The hot tub is a good conversation place. Like
it
we
is
meet so many people from hot tubs. We like get their story, where they're from, and like it's a great conversation. A place to have a conversation is in a hot tub.
You're right.
It's just weird because everyone's in their swimsuits.
Exactly. It's so weird, but it is. You're right. You talk to people. It's crazy.
You do. You definitely talk to people in the hot tub. So yeah, that's so that was really fun to get to hang out with them for a while too. So but yeah, it's been a great trip. I mean, really had a good time at the Magic Kingdom on what day was it, Friday. Wait times were really fantastic. I know everybody keeps giving me flack about the fast pass thing, but I have to say I keep moving and I haven't waited very long for a ride. So matter of fact, we just rode Soarin' and it said a 30-minute wait, and we walked down to the concourse and just had to wait for them to load, the train or the ride in front of us, and then we got to ride. So, it was like 15 minutes. So I'm telling you, I'm still a fan of no fast pass.
Soarin' always has a minimum of a 20-minute wait because the way they load that ride.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, because I mean,
it's just because it loads so slow.
Yeah, it's a movie. Yeah, so I mean, you can only go so fast when you got a movie. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
makes sense.
Exactly. So
all right, well, hey.
I was happy with that wait with 15 minutes.
Oh,
so
I take that.
I was like, cool.
I've seen it at 2:40 on New Year's Eve. That's crazy. No thanks.
Yes, exactly.
Nope, not 4 hours. All right, well, hey, so you with Donna?
No. Yes, I am.
And your brother?
Yes.
All right, well, tell the squad I said hello and thanks for giving us 15 minutes.
I will, and sorry I left you in a lurch earlier with no news.
Yeah,
it was a quiet week. I just gotta say, it was a very quiet week this week. So
Dude,
minus the Ample Hills.
Well, the Grand Floridian, they're taking a whole building and turning into DVC.
Well, that's true. They are doing that. So I mean,
it's because you stayed there. We're like, we need to keep this Ricky person out, and she's not DVC. So
your stuff's probably out on the curb by now. They're probably throw it out.
I know. They totally throw it out. I'm sure. They're like, haha, she shouldn't be here.
All right. So when you get back to the room tonight, I expect at least 4 articles before you go to bed. So we'll be watching.
Okay, I'll try.
All right. We'll see you, Ricky. Talk to you later.
All right. Bye, guys.
All right,
see ya.
Bye. All right, let's get one more call in here because somebody's trying to get in. We'll take one last call. I know we're running over, but we'll make this a quick one. Hey, who's joining us? Sorry, we had to get the celebrity in before the show was over there. So who's on the line here?
Hey, this is Chad in Pennsylvania.
Hey, Chad, what's going on?
Oh, not a whole lot. Just driving back from a little weekend camping trip with my daughter and tuning into you guys live for once. I usually catch the replay on the podcast, but lucky to catch you guys today.
Thanks. Where'd you guys camp?
We were up in it's called what's it called? I don't know. Up in the mountains of Pennsylvania. I think it's called Colonel Denning State Park.
Ooh.
Got some nice state parks here in Pennsylvania, so try to get a little escape once in a while.
Oh man, that sounds good. So you're on the western side of Pennsylvania or the eastern side? Because Pam's over by Pittsburgh.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we're right in the middle, kind of between Philly and Pittsburgh. We're close to the capital, Harrisburg.
Oh, okay.
Most people just know between Philly and Pittsburgh usually is a better way to explain it.
Yeah, it's true. I've never been to Pennsylvania except for I went to one Phillies game one time at the Vet when I was like 11. So that's my extent of the whole state of Pennsylvania is that, 3 hours where they were booing Pete Rose on opening night, because he made an error or something. It was crazy.
That's a pretty good reflection. Yeah, to be honest with you.
I was like, Philly fans are rough, man. St. Louis, we just cheer for everybody.
Yeah, they
you
are.
make an error and we just cheer for you. Yay!
For sure. I love St. Louis. I'm actually heading to St. Louis tomorrow for work, so I get out there once in a while.
Nice. That's cool. So what do you got going on? Any news, any crazy stories, anything like that we've been talking about?
Well, this thing's been kind of nagging at me for a while, and I have been training. I'm a runner, and I've been wanting to do my first Run Disney event for a while. I ended up doing the half marathon back in January, the virtual event. So that was my first kind of Run Disney event with an asterisk, and I'm hoping, kind of been training for the Wine and Dine weekend, and we already have a trip planned. We're going down that weekend regardless for about 10 days. And I'm just kind of wondering what your thoughts are as far as we think that's going to happen, or are we thinking that's probably a little bit too optimistic at this point?
Yeah, we were kind of talking about this at the top of the show, and to be honest, I mean, I hate to say this because I know that everybody's looking for their first Run Disney event, and I've been very fortunate. Scott, we've run a lot of races, so we've got a lot under our belts. I just think I guess I could say it'd be very aggressive if Disney tries to pull this one off. I think that just kind of the natural break of the holidays in January would be, if they're going to restart, I think the most aggressive they would go is Marathon Weekend, because it's a new year, 2022. Yeah. It's their biggest event of the year in November. The thing is too, Scott brought up this great point, and as a travel agent, I help people book trips. The whole month of November is almost completely sold out for hotel rooms right now. So there's not a huge incentive for them to try to get people to go down there, because these races are to get people to travel in off times. Well, that's what they used to be. And so as a runner though, we're going to know probably either way in the next 2 or 3 weeks, I would say.
Yeah, that would be nice. I keep following them closely, and it seems like they've been pretty tight-lipped about it, but
yeah, they're not
I'm going to train regardless. But
yeah. And
I mean, I'll be down there anyway. I'll be running around,
Yeah. Where are you staying? You guys got a room on site?
So no, actually we have a timeshare that we go to. My wife and I are hoping to join the Disney Vacation Club at some point soon. We haven't stayed on site. We're kind of waiting until our kids are a little bit older to start doing that more regularly. But we have a timeshare down there that we stay at pretty often. And because the trip is so long, we're actually staying at a different hotel for the first couple of days and then staying at a timeshare down there. And that was something else I wanted to ask you about. Are you familiar at all with this new Flamingo Crossing area, and if that seems like a worthwhile area, or is that, I don't know much about it. That's where we're staying though. Yeah,
I don't know much about it, but what I'm reading is that, it's going to be an area that here's how, again, I don't know a lot about it, but from what somebody asked me, what do you think? Like you just did. It looks like they're trying to build up kind of like an iDrive / Disney Springs light, where they're going to bring a lot of the companies that maybe cater to tourists and people that are on vacation kind of all in one area. So I would say, I think this is going to be a booming area, but I think it's by November, it could really be hopping. But like right now, it's like early days. I don't know, Scott, have you read anything about that?
I'm not familiar with it. So this is the first time hearing. So maybe I'm behind on the news a little bit.
Yeah.
Ricky doesn't have an article about it. Like, I'm not going to
get on this. Seriously. Come on, Ricky. We need to know. No, but I think it's going to be eventually like a Disney Springs kind of light on the opposite side of property. But yeah, I would say it's going to be a good deal.
Okay. Yeah. We can't seem to find a lot of information out about it, and that's not really why we're staying there. The hotel looks decent. I figured it might be a decent location for the race weekend, although that's not looking promising at this point. But do you foresee any issues with park reservations around that time? Is that something we probably need to jump on pretty quickly in order to make sure that happens? Sounds like it's going to be pretty packed.
Yeah, I can't say yes fast enough on that one, because the thing is, there's no disadvantage to making them now, right? There's absolutely no disadvantage, and if you don't make them, you're going to be wishing you did. I mean, I would tell that to you if you're going spring break of 22 at this point. Make them now. But I'm telling you, November is crazy busy, because I've had for some reason over the last 2 weeks, I've had a lot of guests at the travel agency asking to travel that week. I mean, because it's Jersey week. A lot of the Jersey schools, I guess, are off. They go down Veterans Day. It's always a crazy week. Now, if the race is canceled, I think the inventory will open back up. So I think if you're looking for that week and you haven't got anything, you could. But yeah, please do make them in the next week or so. Just to have them. You can always change them if you need to.
Right. Yeah, it's a great point.
Well, hey, I appreciate you calling. It's great to meet you. I appreciate you taking the time to listen and give us a call.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for taking the call. I'll be listening, guys. Thanks.
All right.
Hope to meet you at a Run Disney race soon, Chad.
Amen. Tell me about it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes. I look forward to it.
See you down there. Take care. You have a safe ride home. All right. Bye-bye.
All right. Thanks. Bye.
All right. That was a lot of fun. I know, Run Disney, man. I hate giving people bad news, but I mean, who knows? They could surprise us. I don't think it's going to happen. But
I think for Wine and Dine, that one is just so tough right now. It's I don't know. I feel like the registration would have had to happen a couple months ago. But is Wade back? Is Wade back now?
Well, I know they were saying aloha to Disney or to Hawaii. So maybe, I don't know, maybe he's in the plane. I don't know. But yeah, he says he stayed at Flamingo Crossings, close to great Marriott hotels, basically behind the Animal Kingdom, 5 to 10 minutes to the parks.
Yeah. It's kind of, I believe that that's the pathway you would take to get to Shine Gold Shores as well.
Yeah, Margaritaville and all that over there. I think. Yeah. All right. Well, hey, we're way long, but thanks for hanging with us.
I just had to put in my Mexican food order for tonight.
I figured
you saw me texting.
Exactly.
I was just like, because I was like, we'll eat after the show, and she's like, well, are you still recording? I'm like, yeah. Like, here's my order.
Mike got yakking and took an extra call.
So I'll ask Taco to go tonight, Mike.
Why Taco Bell? So I can't complain. Anyway. Thanks for joining us. We do this every Sunday night, 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Central. We'll be doing it again next Sunday night. So please join us there. 3 sponsors, The Magic for Less. Please book your next trip over at themagicforless.com. Use our Amazon affiliate link, beourguestpodcast.com/Amazon. And if you'd like to become a patron, thank you so much to our patrons for allowing us to do all this stuff and have all these shows out there, live call-in shows, 4 shows on the feed every week, just having all this fun. Just visit patreon.com/beourguestpodcast. Instagram and Twitter at beourguestmike. At beourguestpod. Scott is at Scott, so give him a follow. Also at Palm Trees of Disney. Got a cool one from Animal Kingdom that Ricky sent us today. It was very cool. And of course, Facebook and YouTube. So you can subscribe to the show when we go live. We'll give you a little ding right there. So Scott, anything else for the cause before we get out and you get your Mexican?
Just next Sunday I am at Walt Disney World. Just some housekeeping reminder for you.
A solo show.
It might be a solo show, man. Maybe Ricky can join you instead. Maybe she can fill in.
Oh, yeah. That's right, because she's not going to be here for Wednesday and Friday.
Yeah.
You are, right? Again, with Pam.
Yeah, I can help you. Yeah, I can help you with Wednesday and Friday.
That's how much we planned. Yeah, so Scott will be with us again this week with Pam this time instead of Ricky.
Yeah.
Pam's back.
And then I'll be, so I'll be in Walt Disney World this time next week. So I think I'm at Topolino. So
maybe we'll call you. Maybe we'll call you during the show.
Yeah, there you go. And I'll broadcast my dinner. It'll be awesome.
Yeah, I'm sure everybody love that in the middle of the restaurant.
I'll keep I always got the Apple Watch on, so I'll have the phone handy.
Maybe like the dessert is delicious. The entree, not so much.
I'll call you from the lounge area on the top.
Okay, that'll work. That'd be sweet. Okay, we'll figure something out. Yeah, we'll get you on the show. All right, we're gonna get out of here. Have a great Thursday. If you're listening on the feed, thank you so much for the support. If it's Sunday night, go Cards, beat the Cubs. Have a great Saturday night, Sunday night, whatever night it is. I don't know. Whatever day it is, wherever you're listening, because it could be a Tuesday. It's a podcast. Have a great one. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you real soon.
It could be like the year 2027 if someone's listening to this episode.
Because I was listening to a podcast from 2016 the other day.
Yeah.
It was just so bizarre to listen to one.
There's like this Beatles podcast. Like I went way back into the catalog. It was like 2009 or something ridiculous like that. Like
I know I love podcasts because like you don't even know all this stuff's going to happen.
Yeah, I know.
You don't even know what the word pandemic means.
Exactly.
Like we thought that was like so serious. No, wait, just wait.
That's so funny.
Today's the 20. I mean, hang on a second, real quick. 23rd, 2021.
Yeah, you like how Elizabeth and I had Cubs and Cardinals.
I was cute.
I wanted
to do something with that, but I just never got around to it. All right, we will duck out of here, and I will send you the link tomorrow. We'll do 5:30 again.
All right, sounds good.
All right, tomorrow. Sorry for going long.
No, she's totally fine. I'm just gonna send you my order when I get it.
Okay, yeah. I'll be dying. Okay, see you, bud.